So once again, you're welcome to Let's Code It. So in this Let's Code It tutorial, I'll walk you through the exact steps to upload your files or your projects to GitHub using the GitHub command. So you have two ways of doing it. You have the GitHub command and also the GitHub desktop. But in this video, I'll be using the GitHub command. So whether you are a beginner or you just need a quick refresher, this video will help you to understand some key concepts. So in this video, it will help you to understand how to initialize Git, how to stage and also commit your files, how to connect your local repo or repository to GitHub, and also help you to push your codes to GitHub like a pro. So by the end of this video, you understand the basic concept, or at the end of this video, you understand how to. So before we start, make sure that you have a Git installed on your computer, you have a GitHub account, and also you have created a repo on your GitHub. Okay, so let's begin by creating a repo on GitHub. So I know by now you have created your own GitHub account, and just open your GitHub account, and also after creating your GitHub account, then we create our repo. Okay.
So as you can see on the desktop, there is a new page that we have here. Okay. So then when you log into your GitHub account, this is what you have. You realize that you don't have any projects so far. Okay. So you realize that when you go to overview, this is what you're having here. And the page is blank, and you look at the number of what do you call it, contributions they have made so far. And also when you check the repositories, we don't have any repository there. So you can even see on the screen that we don't have any public repositories yet. Okay. So you realize that the page is, and so let's create a new repository. So when you click on repository, you have to create a new repositories. So you realize, so these are new here. So the new, when you click on the new, you can create a repository, or also the plus icon here. So when you click on plus icon, you just choose what, create repository. Okay. So or new repository. So when you create a new repository, it will bring you to this particular page. Okay. So when they bring you to this page, you just have to create a repository name. So a name that's have never existed before. You just have to create that particular name. For now, I'm having a project called calculator. Okay. So I'll be using calculator as my repository name. Okay. So after using the calculator as repository name, it will check if it is available or not. So now rather the calculator is not available. So then I'll just have to give it a description how you can describe your repository. After that, you come to public, the visibility, check if you want it public or private to you. After that, just click on what, create repository. You just have to wait and it loads. So when it load come here, you're like to give you another page. So this page is blank. So this is where maybe you don't know anything about the git command. So you just be using these commands over here. See, you can import or upload a file. But the best way to upload all your files, just use the git command. So you'll be using this git here, the one I just highlighted. So first of all, I'll be using the git init. So the git init basically help you to initialize. When it comes to your Visual Studio Code, I just have to go to my view. Is the view? No, not the view. You go to this three dots here. So when you go there, you see terminal, then you go to click on new terminal. So new terminal. So yeah, so when it will open the terminal for you. So when the terminal open, you just have to wait for the terminal to open. It depends how fast your machine is. Okay. So once my terminal open, so I just have to initialize or initiate my git. So once I've already installed my git, so I just have to initiate it. Okay. So we have git. Okay. So git in my git init. So git init. So I'll just go back to my Visual Studio Code and use the git what init. So git. So git init over there. Okay. So with the git and it's initiate or initialize my command. So this is what you're having there. So after that, we go to the next. Okay, so realize that this it's open the directory. So after that, we go to the next. Okay, then we go to the next command. That is so the next command is um get git add. Okay, the next one is git add. So this adds every files to your work. But before that file can be added to the work, you have to add a dot. So the dots here add everything, every files to your project. Okay, all the files added to your project. So that is what git add. That's the work of the add. So when you click on the git add, then this is what we have. So after that, we just meaning when you click on the dots, every file have been added. So now the next one is what you have to commit your files. Okay, you have to commit your files. So we use a git commit hyphen what m. So now you have to give your commit, you have to give it you have to give it a message like how maybe in HTML how you commit code for other developers to read. The same way when you are here, you how do you call it? You comment. Yeah, you give a message also. This message I'm saying our initial what comment. I hope you understand. So initial comment. So this is basically the first one. So this the problem you have it the first time you are creating a GitHub, you are pushing code to GitHub. This is a problem that you'll be encountering because the system don't know this particular email address or this account. So you have to connect this account to you realize it's having a please tell me who you are. So you have to use this. So you say run. So you have to use this command here to run the current one. So you just have to copy the first one That is git config something. So you have to copy the first one and paste it on your timeline. So when you copy and paste on your timeline, the only thing you do here is to change the email address. Okay, so you tell you that email your you at example.com. So you have the user.email. So you just copy and paste it here and write and change it to your email address to your GitHub account. Okay, so now I'm changing it to my current GitHub account. Okay, so the email have to be a string. Okay, the email have to be a string. So I'm just pasting my copying, like how do you call it, typing my email address over there, and this is the email address I'll be using. So after I'm done with my email address, so the next thing is to what? To hit or not enter. So after I hit on enter, the next one is to get my username. You see, every account having a username, but my accounts, the username to my account is what? Let's code lead. So I'll just copy the same one. So I'll just copy it and paste it over there, and also change your name to what my username. That is let's code it. Okay. So that is how it is. Not difficult. It's very simple and easy to go by it. Okay. So I just have to what? Let's code it. That is my user name. Okay. That is my username. So now I need to enter, meaning our system wants to work. So I just have to repeat what I did earlier on, which gave us this particular prompt. That is what the committing. So the git commits hyphen this. Realize that it gave us everything, but we just have to repeat that particular procedure. So git commit hyphen initial commit. So you realize that everything now is working now. So three files changed because the three files I'm having HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, and we have 123 instructions for the file that I'm putting there. So when you come back to your page, so we are done with the third one. So then the fourth one is what? The branch. You can change the brand or you can maintain the same branch. Okay. So sorry, the branch. So the branch, I just have to ignore it and copy what the address of the repo address. So get remote add origin. So I'm just copying this and let me copy it. So just go back to my HTML, my terminal at HTML, then paste it over here. Okay. So let me paste it. Also use Control V to paste. So after paste, I just have to hit on enter. After hit on enter, I just have to go back to my browser and copy the last one. That's on git push hyphen u, then origin, then by here the branch, we are not going to use a main branch, but we're going to use what? A branch called master. So I just have to change it to right on master. So in the branch what master. So when I click on enter, the system what wait and load and push all our changes to our GitHub accounts. So the system is loading. So after it's load finished, it give us everything for us to see. So okay, so this is what happened. So since this is the first time that we are pushing code to our GitHub account, so when you click on a push, okay, it will open your Git up for you. It will open your account for it to authenticate, okay, to give it yeah, to authenticate to let GitHub know that you are the person using the account. So when they reach, they just have to click on or sign in, okay. So when you want to sign in, it open a browser for you. So you just have to authenticate the GitHub ecosystem. So now you just have to click on authenticate, then to provide the details that you are indeed the one. So when it happened that way, you just have to verify the email address that you used to register for your GitHub account. So click on my email address. So when I click on the email address, you just have to open your email, go to your email, then inbox, then you just copy your verification code and paste it back here. Okay, so I've opened my email address. So this is my verification code. So I'm just after copying my verification code, I just have to go back here and paste it over here. After that, that is all. So when I confirm, realize that authentication was succeeded. Okay, so I go back to my project here. I just have to refresh. Okay, when I come back here, I just have to refresh it. Realize that see the total file is 5 and blah blah blah. So everything is successful here. As you can see, everything is successful. Now our system is working perfectly. Okay. So I just have to refresh the page here. So after refreshing the page, you realize that I'll be having everything's not working. Well, after refresh the page, look at this. So I have my name here, my repo name calculator here. So after I have the calculator, these are the files I'm having HTML. I have index.js, that JavaScript, and also I have CSS, that is styling. Okay. So when it comes to the down, give you what the tracks of the number of how the number of codes that you. So when it comes to the HTML, 40 something percent, CSS 30 something, JavaScript only 10% because it's just a simple calculator that's all that I have designed. Okay, so this is the one. But if you want to see the overview, the number of comments that you make in a day or 2 or 3 days, you just have to go to the profile here. When you click on the profile, you just go to the profile here. Now I can go to the profile, then it's give you this. So this is your popular repo. So this was today we made 3 contributions today. Okay, so that is all. So that's all. So at the end of the day, or if you want to, maybe if you have done another changes to your file again, so if you have done another changes to your file, you just have to do another pushes. Okay, yeah, that's what done another comment. So you just have to add after adding, then after adding you comment, then you push to your GitHub account. Okay, so this is a simple calculator that I have designed. So I just have to right click, open a live server. Because I'm having a live server, I just have to open with a live server, and then boom. So this is what I'm having here. So this something small I'm having. So I'm just so you just have to normal calculation 7 plus 7 will give us 14. So okay. So I just have to use one to clear. After using this one to clear, let's say I have plus plus 7, 7 plus plus 7. When it will give me error basically because yeah, so that is we use exceptions to catch that particular error. Okay, so that our system will not crash. Okay, now there's one thing I nearly forget. Okay, so realize that when we were creating our first or our current repo, we realized that we went through series of steps from committing a lot of command. So maybe after creating your first repository, okay, after creating your first repository, the next is nothing, okay. Maybe I've done changes in my file, okay. Maybe here, maybe I've done changes, okay. I'll use this one. That's why the version help us to track our changes. So maybe I've done some changes in my file. Maybe this C here to cancel, and now I change it to clear, okay. So to clear, so I'm using the live server. So the moment I use the clear, it will change automatically. So if I should go back to my code here, calculator here, now we have what clear over here. You see, we have clear over here. So when you go back to our projects, our file here, realize that there will be what a demarcation here that they have a change. Okay, so we have one change pending. Realize that we have a particular figure here called M. That is, we have modified it. So now to add this back to our repository, this it's just a simple command. Just a simple command that you just have to write and add this change to the one on your GitHub. So you see, if you should do this, because it's also a form of backup, okay. So we have different forms of backups, okay. So we have the full backup. The full backup is the one we did previously. The first one is a full backup that we backed all the projects up on our GitHub account, okay. So this what I'm doing now, I'm just adding the changes to my work over there. So with this, we call it what incremental backup, okay. So this is incremental backup. We also have differential, but this is incremental backup. So I'm just adding this one to the next one, okay. So now to add this change to the previous change, you just have to, first of all, you just have to call the gits. Now you don't have to write it, you don't have to initialize it again. So now git what add, okay. So git add to add all the changes that you have done to your project. So git add. So the next one is what git commit, okay. So the next one is git commit. So git commit the -m, then the change that you have made. So you just have to give it a message. Maybe you are doing a collaborative work for your team members to know the kind of changes that you have done, okay. So maybe I change the C button to clear. Okay, so anyone that will see, look at the code, okay, this is what you have done. So now you have what? One file changed, one insertion made, and one deletion. Realize that the modification here is gone, and the change here, the tracking also gone. So when you are done, the next one is just what? You just have to write on git push, okay? You don't have to repeat the whole step again. Just git push, and it will push your code to a GitHub for you. So this is what you're having now. See, now you have this, and it runs successfully. So you don't have any problem again, okay? So we end it here today, and also thank you for joining us. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Okay, take care of yourself.